8. Chapter 3. Coal and Petroleum. We use various materials for our life basic need. Some of them are found in nature and some have been made by human efforts. Make a list various materials used by us in daily life and classify them as natural and man-made. Does this list include air, water, soil, and mineral? Since all these are obtained from nature, they are called natural resources. Can we use all our natural resources forever? Can air, water, and soil be exhaustible by human activities? You have already stated about water in class 7th. Is water a limitless resource? In the time of availability of various resources in nature, natural resources can be broadly classified into two kinds. Inexhaustible natural resources. These resources are present in unlimited quantity in nature and are not likely to be exhausted by human activities. Example are sunlight, air. Exhaustible natural resources. The amount of these resources in nature is limited. They can be exhausted by human activities. Example of these resources are forest, wildlife, minerals, coal, petroleum, natural gas, etc. 3.2. Take some containers, fill up them with popcorn, dinner, roasted, gram, toffees, divide a student into groups of 7 each, further divide each group into 3 subgroups containing 1, 2, and 4 students. Label them as first, second, and third generation respectively. These subgroups present the consumer as population is growing. Second and third generations have larger number of consumer. Put one a full container for each group on a table. Ask consumer of the first generation from each group the consumes a table from the container of their group. Now ask the second generation consumers from each group to the same as student to observe carefully the availability of eatables in each container. If something is left in the container, ask third generation from each group to consume it now. Finally, observe whether all the consumer of the third generation got the eatables and not. Also observe anything is still left in any of the container. Assume that the eatables and the containers represented the total availability of exhaustible natural resources like coal, petroleum, or natural gas. Each group may have in different conceptions pattern are the earlier generations of any group too greedy. It may be that the earlier generation in some group were concerned about the coming generation and left something for them. In this chapter, we will learn about some exhaustible natural resources like coal, petroleum, and natural gas. These were formed from the Dale's remain living organism fossils, so these are known as the fossil fuels. You may have been cool or hard about it is a hard as a stone and it is a in black color. Coal is one of the fuel are used to cook food. Earlier it was used in railways engines to produce steam to run the engine. It is also used in the thermal power plant to produce electricity. Coal is also used as a fuel in various industries. Story of coal. Where do we get coal from and how it is formed? About 3 million years ago, the earth had dense forest in low-lying wetlands area. Due to natural process like flooding, this forest got buried under the soil. As more soil deposited over them, they were compressed. The temperature also rose as they sank deeper and deeper under high pressure and high temperature. Dead plants got slowly converted to coal. As coal contains mainly carbon, the slow process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization since it was formed from the remains of vegetation. Coal is also called a fossil fuel. A coal mine is shown in 3.2. When heated the air, coal burns and produces mainly carbon dioxide gas. Coal is processed in industry to get some useful product such as the coke, coal, tar and coal gas. It is a tough porous and black substance. It is an almost pure from carbon. Coke is used in the manufacture of steel, in the extractions of many metals. Coal tar. It is a black thick liquid with unpleasant smell. It is a mixture of about 2000 substances produced often from coal tar are used as a starting material for manufacturing various substances used in everyday life and industries like synthetic dyes, drug, explosive perfumes, plastic, paints, photographic material, roofing material, etc. Interestingly, naphthalene balls used to repel method other insects are also obtained from coal tar. These days, bitumen, a petroleum product, is used in place coal tar for metalling the road. Coal gas. Coal gas is obtained during the processing of coal to get cooks. It is used. Coal gas was used for the street lighting for the first time in London 1810 and in New York around 1820. Nowadays, it is used as source of heat rather than light as a fuel in many industries situated near the coal processing plant. Petroleum. You know that petrol is used as a fuel in the light automobile such as a motorcycle, scooter, cars, heavy motor vehicles like truck, tractors run on diesel. Petrol and diesel are obtained from a natural called petroleum. The word petroleum is derived from petra and olem. It is a mined from the between the rocks under the earth. Shown in figure 3.4. Do you know how petroleum is formed? Petroleum was formed from organisms living in the sea. As these organisms died, their bodies settled at the bottom of the sea and got covered with layer of sand and clay. Over the million of years, absence of air, high temperature and high pressure transform the dead organism into petroleum and natural gas. Look at the figure 3.4. It shows the deposit of petroleum and natural gas. You see that the layer containing petroleum, oil and gas it above that of water. Why it is a show? Recall that the oil and gas are lighter than water and do not mix with it. The world's first oil well was drilled in Peninsula, USA in 1859. 8 years later, in 1867, oil was struck at a Mokum in Assam, in India. Oil is found in Assam, Gujarat, Mumbai, highland and river basin of Godavari and Krishna. Refining of petroleum. Petroleum is dark oil liquid. It has a unpleasant odor. It is a mixture of various contents such as a petroleum gas, petrol, diesels, lubricating oil, paraffin, wax, etc. The process of separating the various constitutive fractions of petroleum is known as a refining is carried out in petroleum refinery. Various constitute petroleum and their use in are given table 3.1. Many useful substances are obtained from petroleum and natural gas. These are termed as a petrochemical. These are used in manufactures of detergent, fiber, polyester, nylon, acron, polythene and others man-made plastic. Hydrogen gas obtained from natural gas is used in the production of fertilizer. Due to its great commercial importance, a petroleum is also called a black gold. Natural gas. Natural gas is a very important fossil fuel because it is easy to transport through the pipes. Natural gas is stored under high pressure as a compressed natural gas. CNG is used for the power generation. It is now being used. Various consider petroleum and their uses. The consider petroleum. Petroleum gas in liquid form (LPG) uses fuel for home and industry. Petrol, motor fuel, aviation fuel, solvent for dry cleaning. Kerosene, fuel for stove, lamps, and for jet aircraft. Diesel, fuel for heavy motor vehicles, electric generations. Lubricating oil, lubrications, paraffin wax, ointment, candles, Vaseline, etc. Vitamins, paint, road surfacing. as a fuel of transport vehicle because it's less polluting, it is a cleaner fuel. The great advantage of CNG is that it can be used directly for burning in the house and factories, where it can be supplied through the pipes such as a network or pipeline existing in the Vadodara, Gujarat. Some parts of Delhi and other places, natural gas is also used as a starting material for manufacturing of number, chemical and fertilizer. India has vast reserves natural gas in our country. Natural gas has been found in Tripura, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and in the Krishna Godavari delta. Can coal, petroleum, and natural gas prepared in the laboratory from the dead organism? No, their formation is very slow process and condition for their formation cannot be created in the laboratory.